Hi, Dr. Becca here with Del Mar Center for Behavioral Health, and I am in our new clinic that some of you guys saw the video of yesterday. And I think in the video I got some great questions, and so I wanted to address one of them. And one of them is about these red and green polka dots that you see on all of our cabinets. And so I thought I would take a couple minutes to just talk about what they are and why we have them. So as we know that kids respond really well to, or a lot of kids respond well to new toys or things that are new or novel. And that we also as staff respond well or not so well to not having new things, in that we will often select the same items and materials because we're comfortable with them. And our kids will often do that, right? Particularly our kids with ASD, they'll select the same toys or the same games. And so one of the ways that we help to ensure that our staff is learning how to use different items and materials and enhance and sort of make their own skill set robust, while also making sure that our kids are learning a variety of different games and interacting with a variety of different activities, which is important for all kids, but particularly for our kids with ASD, because they're less likely to pick different toys on their own, and that restricted and repetitive repertoires of behaviors, part of the diagnostic criteria. So again, back to the dots. So one of the things that we do is we have, you can see, we have green and red dots, and they're all up here just on Velcro. And a big thank you to Stephanie Chandler and Lindsay Gillis, who cut out tons of these circles and put the Velcro on the back. A little note about Velcro. Sometimes people get confused by which part of the Velcro, right? One side is soft and one is rough. We try to minimize the confusion by soft stays, right? So the soft is here, the stays, and rough roams. So rough will always be on the back of the materials that's gonna move, as in on the back of the PEX card or the back of our circles. So again, back to our red and green circles. So we use these in the same way to make sure that when it's red, it means stop, and green means go. This is a nonverbal cue or nonverbal piece of information that's important for kids and really all of us to learn, because when I'm driving and I see red, I better stop. When I see green, I can go. So when there's green on one of the cabinets, like this one, it's an indicator to staff that these are items that they are welcome to use during session with kids. So if, and you can see we have lots of materials, but so let's say that we were working together and it was a my choice activity. I can go to any of the green cabinets and I can pick something out. So maybe we are going to grab out a dishes set and we are going to do some pretend play with the dishes and maybe pretend to have a tea party or practice some manners at dinner. Maybe we're going to practice expressively or receptively labeling these items, right? This would definitely be a Dr. Becca pick and not one of our kiddos pick. Now let's say that there's something in this cabinet. Well, what's in here? Oh, so this is a fan favorite. It is a car wash. So our kids love the cars and they love to play with the car wash. But if a kiddo comes in and they want to play with the car wash and we open this cabinet and the car wash is there, bummer. It's got a red tag on it. So this means that that car wash is not an option today. And so that is an opportunity to practice denied tolerance or denied ability to tolerate things that we don't like happening, which is when the car wash isn't an option. It also means that if I know that one of our kiddos really likes the car wash, I like to be reinforced by our kids too, so I'm probably gonna pick the car wash when he comes for session. But that also is an opportunity for me to grow. And so if I know that the car wash is not available because it's in the red cabinet, I need to think about something that's in a green cabinet. So that's art. what is in this cabinet that I can introduce him to or her to and use it in such a way that it becomes reinforcing, and that it's another way that we can work on generalization. So if we've been doing some really good color identification or practice playing and rolling the car, we can maybe do some color identification with something in here. So we're generalizing the same skill to something new, and hopefully helping our kiddos tolerate playing with new toys and activities, while also I'm learning to be better at my job by working on the same targets across a variety of different materials. And so you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, it really stinks if my kiddo likes the train and it's not available. And you know what? You are absolutely right. And that is a great skill to learn in life, because we can't always have access to the things that we want most. Plus, when there's something that we want most, if we have a lot of access to it, then eventually that item loses some of its reinforcing quality, right? Because when we can have it all the time, we don't always want it. Think about McDonald's and those Shamrock shakes. Look, they are not fantastic, and because they're only available in March, people go goo-goo for them, right? So one of the jobs of our BCBA students, or as you know, we call them residents or apprentices, is to periodically change these. So maybe we take all of them down and we swap them. So now maybe this one's red and this one's green. So again, it's a way to get the most use out of our materials that we have by cycling through them, so that they're always a little bit new or different, and that what we have access to is new and different, both for our kiddos but also for staff, so that we're fully utilizing all of the materials. It also is a way to work on the idea that red and green are pretty commonly used for stop and go, and so we're working on that. And honestly, putting the Velcro dots is a much easier way to do that. At our last clinic, we would recycle them, like bring them from the back to the front and the front to the back when they were able to be used and when they weren't. And with the best intentions, application is not always as strong, and sometimes we would just get busy and forget or not prioritize switching items as much as we would like. So now we can easily take and just switch these great dots from the different cabinets of materials. So I really appreciate the questions that came after yesterday's video when you guys could see those Velcro dots, and I hope that this was a helpful video. Whether you work in an agency, maybe that's something that you would like to integrate or add into your practices, or even as parents, gosh, that's a great way. You could probably spend millions on toys. I know we spend a lot on toys, and sometimes just cycling through them, taking them away and then putting them back out again makes them like new, and that increases our kiddos' motivation, and not just for our kiddos but for us too. When we are motivated, we are more likely to do the things that we don't want to do. Motivation is key. So I hope this video was helpful, and again, thanks for asking the questions. Have a great day.